All right, so for this particular podcast episode, first and foremost, welcome everyone to the Chicken Studios podcast.
VeggieTales, LarryBoy is on the trail, awakening the force that's within you to escape from jail. Star Wars, Princess Leia will pay your bail. All of this just to watch Chicken Studios.
Channel.
Cool. Thanks.
All right, so today we wanted to talk about the LarryBoy episodes of the VeggieTales Show, and we're talking about Kate Coat Caper. Try saying that 3 times in a row. Um, the Anger Eyebrows Trouble episode and the Emperor of Envy episode. And most recently, there's going to be a fourth one with the League of Incredible Vegetables, which is the Menacing Mushroom. The trailer's out. Go check it out. In the meantime, we're just going to be talking about these three. So, yeah, let's start with Cape Coat Caper. First, I want to get your thoughts on it.
Okay, well, it is pretty remarkable that LarryBoy actually came back.
Oh my gosh, you have that. That's cool.
Yes. Even has his suctioneers that shoot out.
Oh yeah, that is. I've heard of that. That is so cool. And I have my plushie, which I've
Yeah.
had for years.
My brother's
Oh
Larry.
wow, that is awesome.
Yes. Cool. So it was cool to see LarryBoy back, but
Mhm.
it was kind of a copy of the Fib from Outer Space, sort of same
Mhm.
little kids, just different kids about lying, then getting them into trouble, then repenting and turning back to not lying. So it was it wasn't as good, but it was all right.
Mhm. All right. So for me, well, when the news came out that Larry Boy was coming back, at first I thought somebody was just trolling me, but no, I had to look it up and it's like, oh my gosh. And I filmed my reaction. Well, it wasn't really a reaction, but it was just me like pointing the camera at the cover art for Larry Boy and the Cape Coat Caper. And then I watched the episode and then I ended up reviewing it. So my thoughts were okay, this is a good start. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's establishing that Larry Boy is back. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely grateful for that. All right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. So for the Cape Coat Caper, did you have anything else to add to that?
Mm-hmm. Well, it was interesting because when a new LarryBoy comes out, like they could have, it was I was like waiting to see if LarryBoy came back, like even before he came back. I didn't know he
Mhm.
was gonna come back, but I really wanted him to come back. I was it was also like a question like what designs are they gonna use for
Oh
Larry Boy
yeah.
and the Larry Cave and the Larrymobile? And it was interesting that they kind of just picked the bad apple, basically, for all the
Mhm.
design. Except I do like the Larry Cave. The League of Incredible Vegetables Larry Cave I did not like at all. But the bad apple one was pretty cool. And then the
Mhm.
next one is like the bad apple, but it's maybe a darker purple. More match Larry Boy. I like that one.
Oh yeah, so do I.
Mm. What's your favorite Larrymobile design?
The Larry Mobile design would have to be like the original. And I'm not talking about the one from VeggieTales in the House or City, because that I don't know how they came up with that redesign. It's like there was absolutely nothing wrong with the original one, the original designs, especially for the costume. It's like who asked for this? Who asked for the shield guard or whatever that
Like nice
thing?
disguise. Not
It's,
yeah.
it totally ruins the disguise part because
Yeah.
anybody could see that, hey, that's Larry the Cucumber. But with the original, this is like you can't even tell who's who.
Yep. Which technically we should be like doing this like this then the whole time, but
Yeah. I kind of adopted doing this in some of my videos
yeah.
because I thought it'd be funny.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, okay, so for me, the Caper episode, yeah, it's just a carbon copy of,
Hmm.
I guess, the fib from outer space. Like, well, actually, the telling the truth lesson. I was kind of half expecting uh fib to like show up at some point as a cameo,
Would have been
but
cool.
like they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they went with some guy named Scalini, the scallion, the guy that apparently loves fashion, loves bow ties. I mean, I'm not like harping on them for because guys can be fashionistas. I mean, it's whatever floats your boat. I mean, I'm a fashionista myself. I designed this t-shirt.
Oh wow, that's really cool. And he does make fun of Larry Boy though for his plunger ears, but we'll
Oh
forget.
yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Yes. So for yeah, I guess that's for the Cape Coat episode. Cape Coat Caper. I have to keep correcting myself because like I said, it's like try saying that 3 times in a row.
No wonder why it wasn't popular.
Okay, so I guess we can go on to Anchor Eyebrows Trouble. So,
Do you think the fib first before we go on? Do you think the fib is alive? In
um well, in the Fib from Outer Space episode, they teased that red fib, you know that one? Like at the very end. Spoiler alert for some of you who haven't watched the video. I just thought of that just now. Uh, yeah, they could have done something more with the red fib. I mean, if you were gonna tease that, but then again, they went on to Rumorweed, which I kind of respect that because that one took a lot more risk than the predecessor. I
mm-hmm,
mean, the fib was like scary to
mm-hmm.
some extent, but then Rumorweed, the plot points, even the villain, like for a good while, I thought the Rumorweed was the scariest villain. That was until Bad Apple came along, and yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of nightmares. But yeah. So I think they're maybe just trying to do the red fib as like, don't you lie because there's a red fib out there. I don't know. Who knows?
Oh yeah, and there was that poster in the classroom scene of the Rumorweed. I don't know if some of y'all might have noticed it or not, but there was like a picture of the small fib and there was a tagline that just says say no. So basically they put out a PSA after the fib incident.
And Scooter's like having flashbacks when the scaling is dropped in his car.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's not a space alien. I can't do a Scottish accent. I'm sorry.
They didn't do a very good one on the new episode. The next the next one we're gonna talk about actually.
Oh yeah, the return of Officer Scooter in Anger Eyebrows Trouble.
Yes. Which the Tim Hodge is still alive. I don't know why they couldn't have
Hmm.
gotten.
I'm sorry.
Tim Hodge voiced Scooter and Jim Pool, but Tim Hodge he worked on VeggieTales in the house too, I think. But for some reason they couldn't get him back, so they had to revoice Scooter.
I guess. I think I followed Tim Hodge on Instagram, and he's still active, doing drawings. Like,
Wow.
s- so that's had that's his jazz nowadays.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got tongue tied.
Cool.
So, what'd you think of Awful Alvin's return in Angry Eyebrows Trouble?
Well, I was pretty excited to see him in 3D. That was pretty cool. I, but the only thing is he didn't do his villainous dance of villainy, but that's all right.
Right. I think a lot of people were upset because of that, because that
I
was the
think
part
the
of.
fun was more
Oh
just
yeah, I have that book actually. Actually, like all nine of them. I think eight or nine of them.
I have
So.
the more.
Mhm.
Except not number 10, which wasn't released.
I know. It's like they
Oh
could have
well.
gone even farther, like even after the video series was over. But
Hmm.
then again, the video series, yeah, a lot of kids love watching videos.
Hmm. I think they stopped because of bankruptcy, but
Mhm.
so that's a good life lesson there. Don't go bankrupt.
Yeah. So for the Angry Eyebrows Trouble, which by the way, I reviewed that also and it's got a lot a lot of views. Like I
Yeah.
ended up passing the 1,000 view mark in within 2 weeks.
Wow.
So it's a big thanks to you guys for for watching the video and me raising awareness about the Larry Boy episodes. But anyways, the Angry Eyebrows episode, it was for me that was pretty good. Like you said, Awful Alvin becoming a CG character, and it's part of why I coined the Larry Boy multiverse because we first saw Angry Eyebrows with Awful Alvin in the Cartoon Adventure series, and then we get the reimagining supposedly of Angry Eyebrows and Angry Eyebrows Trouble. So Awful Alvin went from 2D animation to CG, so it made that bridge. So that's why I kind of credited Awful Alvin, well, unfortunately, because he's a bad guy, into making the Larry Boy multiverse.
Yeah. Hmm. That was a pretty good episode. Besides, as you pointed out in your review, they got
Mhm.
the I wrong, but they
Oh
caught that.
yeah, definitely. Um part of me wants to believe that they understood the lore, but they had all this feedback from I guess either corporate or NBC Universal, or they just didn't want to bother with the lore, so they had to reinvent some of it so that they're parasites. I mean, they were parasites in the original, but here they were a different kind of parasite. It's
Yeah.
like they don't wait until somebody gets angry anymore. Instead, they'll stick
May.
on you and all of a sudden you're angry.
Yeah. Yeah. But then it was good to see like the mayor's office again and like some of that old like we got more Bumbleberg in that episode that was nice.
Mhm. Yeah, the bad apple Bumbleyberg.
Mm. And we did get to see Celery Park too.
Mhm. Oh yeah, definitely the park because I was watching the episode and there was a scene where Awful Alvin is running to a manhole and he goes in there and I recognize the statue.
Yeah.
In the Cartoon Adventure series, at the beginning of the Angry Eyebrows episode, there's a secret hidden camera and the camera pans over to where Awful Alvin is.
So there's a camera in that statue, you think?
Yeah, or like a telescope or
It's there.
something.
Oh yeah, that's how because it does show him like seeing Jimmy on his screen.
Mhm.
He must have a okay. I didn't realize he had a telescope statue again. That's I think all I have from that episode. How about you?
Um, on the Egg Your Eyebrows episode, or
Mm-hmm.
so my thoughts on the episode, I think it was pretty good, and I think I'll um, uh, what was it? Yeah, I think it's better the than of all the three episodes, but I'll get to that once we finish talking about Emperor of Envy. So, what did you think of Emperor of Envy?
Um, it was they didn't do too bad with bringing the league back.
Right.
As far as adding more characters and still making it work, it worked all right. But
Mhm.
got the villain wrong, and we didn't see the Larry Mobile or any of the super vehicles, so that was a little bit disappointing. But we'll maybe see them in the next episode.
Maybe, fingers crossed.
Haven't seen anything in the trailer though, unless you count Escape's jetpacks. But yeah, so they did all right with that one. They had the same concept, the envy formula, and how did the I forget how the book went. Did they make the whole town drink it?
Yes, they made the whole town drink it in the book, but I was surprised that here they only had the heroes do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, when the heroes are put in jail or whatever, um, the
Yeah.
so-called emperor uses a shrink ray.
Mm-hmm. That was interesting. You know, Archibald does lie in that episode, so we got to question his morals a little bit there. He tells them that it's homemade slushy and gives the bodyguard some.
Oh yeah, I thought that was pretty clever.
Honest Archie. That was interesting.
So I guess my like only complaint for that episode was the villain. I mean, yeah, that is what the villain is supposed to look like. I mean, that looks more diabolical than what they had for us here. I mean, they could have at least threw on a fancy schmancy robe and monocle
Yeah.
to make him more villainous. And then his henchmen, oh my gosh, they were like small potatoes. When in the original, they were big old sweet potatoes, like muscular.
Yeah.
Oh, bear in mind, audience, sweet potatoes in this one, like the henchmen in the original, they're not really sweet. Spoiler alert. And they even make a joke about that in the book.
Oh yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. So, what do you think? I know we're probably reaching the end of the VeggieTales show, dude. So, what do you think, Larry Boy? Do you think Larry Boy will come back in some other form, or?
I would like to see Larry Boy come back, even if it's in a different form. Um, I was on DeviantArt last night and I was looking at Larry Boy fan art, and guess what? I found Tom Bancroft on there. Now, for those of you who don't know, Tom Bancroft it was responsible for the Larry Boy Cartoon Adventure series, and he had all this concept art of Larry Boy, the Cartoon Adventure series, and I've subscribed to him on DeviantArt. So if you guys want to check out his work there, go to DeviantArt and find him because I I can't believe I found him on there. Um, oh yeah, there was this one deviant deviation that Tom Bancroft made, and it was like a comic strip or whatever, and it had Larry Boy on there, and it was like a short story or whatever, but it was
Mm-hmm.
that had Tom Bancroft written all over it. I mean,
Wow.
the drawing was just so true to the original show. It's like, why can't they give us a comic strip or something like that? I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Mm-hmm. That's it's like, couldn't we just like start a GoFundMe and buy VeggieTales and we can make it better?
Yeah.
Because obviously, maybe NBC Universal doesn't have enough money, which I really doubt that, or they're just not good at making good content with VeggieTales.
Yeah. I say they have a lot of money, they just don't know like how to use it, or if they do know how to use it, then they're just simply ignoring the feedback. Which, by the way, for those of you guys who don't know, they had copyright claimed some of my videos in the past, but I got them resolved. So basically, they're a little tricky to work with.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, they did like block a bunch of full episodes of VeggieTales on YouTube recently.
hmm So I would think that if they wanted to upload the full episodes themselves, that they should do it. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
there's algorithms and there's uh there could be naysayers, but hey, it's if it's gonna make you money, go for it.
Yeah, I mean they're uploading like they probably have pretty much every full episode uploaded, but on on VeggieTales YouTube channel, it's just they chop up the episodes and put it in so many different clips. It's like,
Yeah, I noticed that recently when I was watching Bad Apple, and then on the recommendations there was silly songs videos, and they were made into compilation videos.
yeah, they have like so many of those.
Mhm.
I would so if I like want to listen to VeggieTales songs, I don't just want to listen to silly songs, but then normally I always recommend silly songs. That's the main thing that
Mhm.
you to watch, I guess. Yeah. So hopefully we'll get to see more LarryBoy soon after the.
Yeah, hopefully. And I wanted to go back to your question on which of the Larry Boy episodes that I kind of enjoyed in the VeggieTales reboot. And I was going to say um I would say Angry Eyebrows Trouble, because that one at least they tried. In that one
Mhm.
they tried harder than the other two episodes. I
Yeah.
mean, I could forgive Cape Coat Caper, trying not to be tongue tied there. I can forgive that first episode because it's just like laying down the foundation of how they're going to do Larry Boy episodes. So, yeah, there's that. But then Emperor of Envy, there was definitely no excuse. I mean, I was okay with the league coming back. That was no problem at all. I mean, I've gotten a lot of hate about me not liking the League of Incredible Vegetables because they're not Larry Boy.
Yeah.
But this one, they were cool. I'm cool with them now.
Mhm. Better than the League of Veggies from the.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
what was it, 2012? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that episode, Emperor of Envy, they had no excuse this time because they already have the foundation, they've already have the setup, but they ended up screwing up on the villain, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping with this menacing mushroom episode that's gonna come out soon, I presume. Um, I hope they like do something fantastic with that one. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it just yet. Um, I want to be able to watch the episode and critique it and give my review on it. So, yeah, I'm going to give that episode a chance.
Mhm. I just hope they don't ruin this book with it.
I know, right? It's like I had a
That.
theory on that one that it was going to be that one, but I don't know. It's like something nefarious is going on. Either they don't want to call it that, the amazing brain twister, or
Mm.
something.
Don't really give us much details about the episode at all.
No,
It's
other
just
than that
tornado.
there's
That's it.
yeah.
Look, and we need the League of Incredible Vegetables. That's all you need to know. So maybe
Mhm.
there's plot-wise, it might be good, or it might not. We'll see.
All
Yeah.
right. So, any other thoughts you wanna share on this podcast?
I think that's pretty much it. Except please subscribe to our channels.
Uh-huh.
The
Oh
link.
yeah, subscribe to Chicken Studios and subscribe to me, LarryBoy Fanatic.
Yes. Leave likes,
Mhm.
videos, be a supporter. And I guess we'll see you on the next one.
Alrighty, and thank you, Chicken Studios, for inviting me to your podcast. I hope you do really well with the podcast,
And
cause
I
yeah,
hope you boost our channel as well.
thank you so much.